good afternoon or morning, wherever you're at, whatever part of the world you are residing in. Soul Embodiment Tribe, Bridget Patton here with Soul Massages. I am staying at the lovely Langham Hotel in Pasadena, California for a conference, a mastery conference. I talked to you guys about this last week in a post and kind of warned you that I would be, and it's a warning because I'm going to be sharing some truths with you guys more often. I'm here learning about really just creating abundance through the message that we share. So getting the truth out there, being authentic, communicating from our heart space, whatever spirit is prompting us to share, and not being afraid of that. And it came to me that it would be inspiring for each of you to kind of hear a little bit of my story and where I started and kind of what happened to get me to where I'm at right now in a very short amount of time. If any of this message resonates with you, I really strongly encourage you to send me a private message, connect with me, and see if there's a way that I can help you get into your body more so that you can also start feeling the messages that Spirit is giving you and know what direction you need to be going to get to where you would like to go. So the first thing I just wanted to say is that when I started really stepping out and sharing my message, there was a lot of resistance inside of my body, like what's going to happen, what are people going to think of me, what if people don't believe me, how are people going to handle what I'm saying, basically. And I also want to let you guys all know, people that are struggling with abundance blocks, understand that when I started what I'm doing right now, I was on food stamps. I had 3 children. I wasn't able to provide for them with my husband. And we were doing everything that we could. I'm not going to get into all that, but I want you to understand that taking those courageous steps, I really had to push myself. I came across my own mentor, and when I saw her, I knew instantly that there was something she was going to help me with. And of course my ego wanted to freak out because we can always feel inside of our body when a tremendous change is going to happen. And we have to reprogram ourselves to understand that these changes are going to propel us forward. And if we don't take the opportunity now, we are going to keep having that opportunity because it's something we all have to overcome. Nobody gets to escape from it. And it comes in various forms and presentations. But the fact is, we are all going to have to move past these abundance blocks. And understanding that by sharing our message, sharing our spiritual gifts, that is one way that we're going to be able to do that. A lot of people think that they're already doing that, but if you're not overflowing with cash and prosperity, you are missing something. There's something that is missing, and it was something I was afraid to share with you guys because, I had limiting beliefs around it. So I'm not going to get into all of that, but I was blocking myself. But we can't play as big as Spirit is asking us to play if we don't have cash to spend in the physical world. If we are not sharing our message and helping shift humanity's consciousness in every way possible, then we're missing something. We're missing that we are not separate from Source. We're missing that what we came here to do was to transition humanity, was to help transform each and every person that we come into contact with just by being us, just by being authentic. And I was terrified. I was terrified to move forward because I knew I was going to be challenged. I knew that I was going to have to step outside of my comfort zone. But I'm so happy that I did that, because if I wouldn't have done that, I would not have this group sharing these messages and helping humanity evolve in the way that I am now if I hadn't done the things that I did to get here. And when you feel that energy inside of your body and you feel that prompting and you go to do it, and then all of a sudden all the fears come up. Oh, I can't do that. All the excuses come up. Well, this XYZ, I don't have enough money. That's the main thing that I hear people say. Well, I didn't have enough money either, but I knew that if I invested in myself, I knew that if I stepped outside of my material comfort zone and pushed and stretched myself, that I was going to be serving at a higher level, because I had an understanding that when I invest in my soul, that the universe is going to bring that back tenfold. And the imagination that we have from this standpoint, from our ego standpoint, when we're making the excuses and justifying why we can't do it, we can't see. That immediately stops us from being able to see. And this was a conversation we've been having at our conference this week. You know, that when you are not connected to source in some way, we are unable to see those next steps because we immediately put that fear block up and we're like, okay, I can't do it. We automatically start talking about all the reasons why we can't do something. So understand that it doesn't matter whether it's with me or somebody else, but I'm telling you, hands down, and you can ask anybody in any of the groups. I mean, you guys know from being in the group with me, I don't stop until we reach the root of the answer that you guys need to evolve. It doesn't matter. I'm not afraid to go in any of the dark places with you guys because I know that there's light on the other side of it. We are illuminating whatever fears that are coming up for the journey, for the experience. So understand that when you invest in yourself and you take that step, magical things start to happen, unexplainable things. But that's what it's about. It's about taking that leap to see what things can come of it. And I remember telling my husband, I said, I know that we don't technically have the money to do this, but I have to do this. I can feel it in my body. I know that if I go out and I do this, that it is going to change the world. And I could feel it in my body. And, you know, he's amazing at supporting me in my journey. Like, when I said that to him, he knew without a doubt that whatever it was, that he wanted to be a part of it. So his reply to me was, just don't leave me behind. Just don't leave me behind. Now, what kind of a support system do you have around you when you want to take a step in your journey that maybe you feel a little fearful of, but you know it's something you need to do? Are you surrounding yourself with people that are going to support you so that you can take those necessary steps? And if you aren't playing bigger, then what are you doing here? What are we doing here? What are we doing? Are we watching television? Are we going to work every day? You know, we're spending time with our families. That's all of those things, you know, line up and are important in our human existence. But at the same time, we're here to channel our soul into our bodies so we can evolve, so that we can help humanity take it to the next level. Because let's be honest, the world is not where it needs to be. And we all know that. We know it inside of our bodies. So my invitation to each and every one of you guys is to dive inside of yourselves, see what you are doing in your reality. The other thing is time. Well, I don't have the time to do it. Well, if the world started blowing up all around us right now, would we find the time? Well, hell yeah, we would. If the doctor said, you're about to die if you don't do these things, you would find the time. So don't let money and time be the reason why you aren't doing something. Don't let that be the reason why you aren't moving forward in your journey. Have the faith and the courage and the belief, because each and every person in here has a spiritual connection. So of course, Spirit is going to take you to the next step. Of course, when you invest in yourself, Spirit is going to expand you but beyond your wildest imagination. Like, you can't even begin to imagine where Spirit is going to take you. You can have an inkling of it, like, okay, this may be where we're going. I can feel it in my body. But, I mean, the truth is, we can only see a couple of steps ahead with our human imagination. But Spirit, who is part of us, who's inside of us, when we're not blocking it, Spirit is going to take us, all of humanity, to the next level. And it's all around us right now already. It's just about opening our heart so that we can really see what we need to see and hear the things that we need to hear and take the inspired action that we need to take. So I hope each and every one of you take this message this week and really dive into your being. Feel inside of you. Feel the energy all around you and the connection, and see how you are helping with this transition. And it starts with us because we are all connected. Everything is part of everything. Money and time are not outside of us. All of that is inside of us as well. So when we really grasp what that means, that's when we can take it to the next level. So if you don't know how to get there yourself, that's what I'm here for. I'm here to help hold the transition because you guys are going to do things way beyond what I'm doing. I'm just here to help as a stepping stone. It's kind of like the game Leapfrog, or maybe I'm bent over with my back flat so you guys can stand on it and get to the next level. My intention is to just provide the doorway for you guys to step through and really embrace your gifts, really embrace the abundance that Jesus spoke of in his time, that every single spiritual leader all along the way communicates in various forms. We are not separate from anything in this physical world and nothing in the energetic world. So that means that we have limitless abundance and access to everything that we could possibly need. And when we are resourceful, this is something my mentor talks about all the time. We are full of source. So get resourceful and figure out what next steps you need to take so that humanity can receive the gifts that you have, because we're meant to share them. If we're not sharing, we're missing a piece of the puzzle. We are not meant to hide inside of our bodies and wait until our next lifetime. That is not why we chose to come here in this time and space. So I strongly encourage you guys to dive inside of yourselves this week and see how this message resonates and what shifts you need to make. I hope you guys have an amazing, beautiful week, and I love you so much with all of my heart.